Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled Show with Big and Ace March Madness Special. Let's go, Ace.
All right, boys and girls, it's that time of year again. Nothing like March Madness. Cannot wait. We are recording this on Tuesday, 2 days away from the official start of March Madness. I know some of the play-in games started today, tomorrow, but the official March Madness round of 64 is starting on Thursday, the 16th. Cannot wait. It's going to be a juicy weekend. We got the best bets for you guys. There's going to be a lot of juicy picks. Going to be in Vegas for the entire weekend. Annual tradition definitely. In Vegas for March Madness. Cannot wait for the entire weekend. So it's gonna be a juicy weekend. For sure. Cannot wait to be in Vegas. Big Ree seems to be absent this year, so I don't know what he's got going on, but I will be there. Don't worry, boys and girls, representing DGF. So any of the viewers that are gonna be there, if you guys see me, say hello. Cannot wait. I love chopping it up with the viewers, so nothing like that. I'll give you some information about a meet and greet we'll have, and you guys can come out and, chop it up, have a drink with Ace. Maybe Big Ree, shows up, takes a last minute flight, who knows. But it's going to be a juicy weekend. I would ask you, Big Ree, what you're most looking forward to, but you're not going to be there. So I'm not going to ask you that. But there's going to be March Madness the entire weekend. Into games, nothing like 16 games on Thursday, 16 games on Friday, 8 games on Saturday, 8 games on Sunday. Plus for all the, the high level sports bettors, you got the NIT going on, you got NBA going on, so there's just a lot going on. Are you going to be...
Tennis is going on?
I'm not looking forward to tennis during March Madness, Big Ree. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you even brought that up. But, it's disrespectful, actually, on a March Madness episode that you're bringing up tennis. Are you going to at least be watching all the games at home?
No, I'm busy. Maybe I'll watch some. There's some specific games I want to watch.
Okay, so
there's too many. There's too going on throughout the day, but I'll keep track.
So you're basically trying to tell me it's difficult to keep your TV on channel 2 or TBS or True TV. So
hardworking employee.
You don't leave the house. Come on,
hardworking employee.
Come on. Okay. Fair enough. I don't want to get you in trouble. I'm pretty sure your employer or some of your coworkers are tuning in there because I remember you mentioned somebody in the building ran into you and said they saw your YouTube channel. So who knows who's watching. So I don't want to get you in trouble on that. But there's a juicy field of 64. There's going to be a lot of good games on the docket. Before we get into the games and our picks, since you're not going to be accompanying me to Vegas, there'll be a group. Javi's going to be there, so anybody wants you get some autographs from Javi, he'll be there. There's a potential chance Harry B is showing up, and so
potential chance.
Yeah, Harry B. He's Harry B's a mysterious guy. But I think he's got I told you Harry B is a very special dude. I think he's got full comped at the Cosmo. And so I think he said he was going to switch up 2 nights at Cosmo, 2 nights at Aria. And so he'll be there most likely. If anything can last minute changes.
Yeah, great.
So there's going to be a crew. Don't worry, boys and girls. So hopefully, love to, meet up with some of the viewers. But since you're not going to be there, back to my original question. Where do you want me to, food-wise, to definitely hit up?
Egg and I. That's number one.
That's for sure. So Egg and I is a guarantee. Going to be there at least one day for breakfast. What about any? And then on the breakfast note, I got Egg and I on the docket. There's some place called Blueberry Hill, some pancake house, some diner.
Blueberry effing pancakes.
So that's going to be definitely on the docket. Where else do you want me to hit up, Big Ree? Any other?
You got to go to a buffet, whichever one you pick.
Yeah, definitely a buffet. We'll see. There's going to be a lot of eating, so there's a potential.
You're always freaking eating.
Yeah, but there's going to be a buffet for sure. On the drive there, definitely going to stop at Pink Box. Pink Box Donuts. And Pink Box was actually recommended to us by by a viewer actually.
Yeah.
And so one of the viewers commented a few years ago, and that's a staple now. So nothing like.
What are you going to be snacking on the way there? That's the real question. Javi always brings the snacks.
Javi, usually when he comes, he always brings a bag of snacks.
prepared.
He's a big Pringles guy. So he's always got at least a couple boxes of Pringles. Those Little Debbie Kate's Nutty Bar, Swiss rolls.
Swiss rolls.
What else? You got what is those? The oatmeal cream pies.
Cream pie.
So love the oatmeal cream pies. Some chips for sure, probably Doritos, classic.
Yeah, classic.
Or Ruffles, sour cream and cheddar.
What kind of drinks will there be on the drive there?
Usually soda, coffee. It's going to be an early start.
Over under two stops.
Under 2, that's the closest. You always get 1 for sure.
You get 1 for sure because you're stopping at Pink Box. Sorry.
Pink Box is
and a break, so it's 2.
So probably 2. I would say under. I'm going under. I'm going under on the stop. Wow. So you said 2 or 2.5?
2. So it's a push then if it's 2.
Yeah, I would go with the.
It's 2 exactly?
I would go with the 2. I would go with the under. No, not the under, the push. We're just pushing at 2. You said 2.
You're gonna stop for a bathroom break somewhere.
Most likely bathroom break and the Pink Box, and then
from Pink Box it's just like a drive-in.
Yeah, so normally from Pink Box you're maybe like 50 minutes away. 45 minutes. So there's not many other stop after that. So I would say probably 2 stops. Pink Box is on the docket. I wanted to hit up Nielsen's frozen custard. Nielsen's frozen. We went to Nielsen's.
We did
during one of our trips. But they opened up a new location in the Red Rock. Okay. And so maybe want to check that out. Carlo's Bakery.
Yeah, that's a gift.
Carlo's a staple in the Venetian.
I forgot about that. I just get too carried away with that.
That's a staple. Got to hit up Carlo's ideally twice, but at least once. Carlo's Bakery. There's gonna be a bunch of coffee trips because when I'm in Vegas. Coffee bean at least.
I get lost when I'm at the Venetian. There's like coffee bean here, coffee bean there.
Yeah, on both sides. So at least twice, coffee bean at least. But coffee is going to be coffee at least 3-4 times a day at least. So caffeine is going to be pumped up. Dinner, I'm thinking the steakhouse in like I said at the Circa.
Yeah.
So that might be on the docket. There's just going to be probably a few off the strip places, maybe some Mediterranean spot. I want to get a good dinner with some crab and shrimp.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. So there's going to be a lot of good food. It's going to be a busy nonstop weekend from basically Wednesday all the way to Monday.
That's great.
In Vegas. March Madness. Cannot wait. Literally cannot wait. Less than 24 hours away. So can't wait. Anything else, Big Ree, you want to get into on actual Vegas? The only disappointing thing is the weather's not going to be great.
Yeah, the weather's bad everywhere.
It's going to be a little bit cold, so that's kind of silly. When you go to Vegas, you expect that 100 degree temperature, and that's part of the ambiance and part of the charm of Vegas. And you're going there and it's 60 degrees and it's cold.
So are you going to even go walk on the strip now?
Oh, for sure. You got to go on the strip. There's definitely I'm not the type of guy that just likes taking Ubers and taxis and driving to the different places. I like to walk.
Yeah, it's better to walk that extra half mile.
Get that extra. I think. What do we do? Like average 6-7 miles a day.
That's how much I'm
walking, so that all the food that we're burning off. If I'm correct on most trips, and I always weigh myself, it's usually plus or minus 1 pound. Meaning, with all the food I'm eating, I'm not gaining more than like a pound and a half.
Fabulous.
Or sometimes losing weight. Yeah. It's all the walking. So it's going to be a great weekend, Big Ree. I know all the viewers are anxiously waiting for the picks. So we're just going to kind of go. We're going to kind of go down. Me and Big Ree, we went through all the picks, analyzed every single game here. We're not going to give our thoughts on every single game. We're going to go through them, and then the games that we like, we're just going to give you our picks. We're not going to get into too much analysis here, and then me and Big Ree will kind of summarize with some of our Final Four picks, as well as our who we like to win it.
Yeah, which is.
And so, anything else you want to throw in, Big Ree, before we get into that docket of 32 games?
Before the viewers beat our ass.
Okay, all right. So, without further ado, and I haven't said this in a while, Big Ree, on our weekly episodes. Here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. All right. We got the number 9 seed West Virginia starting off the round of 64 versus the 8th seed Maryland. West Virginia 2-point favorite here. Big Ree, I have to give a pick. I know this is not one of the picks that we started off with, but I looked at this game, and this is not a sexy game here. You got West Virginia and Maryland. Both of these teams borderline to make it. West Virginia 14 losses.
Yeah.
14 losses on the season. Usually when you have 14 losses, you're not making the tournament. But they got in there, and look, they're a minus 2-point favorite, and I like them here.
I agree 100%. I have my bracket filled out right here. And I picked West Virginia. And I said it.
And I like West Virginia.
I'm going big on them. I was going to just...
Big Ree's going big on West Virginia, and I
love West Virginia.
I'm just staying with the money line. Just because this is a close game, I'm just going to go the money line. The juice is not that much less.
Yeah, it's minus 110, so it'll probably be like minus 130. So
maybe even not even 130. Yeah, maybe
for the DGens who are doing the parlays, then they're going to go with the spread. They always want that more of that juice.
But with March Madness, it's tricky.
Yeah.
It's tricky because there's a lot of fouling. If you lose, you're done. So your season is on the line. People, stretch out these games. So me and Big Ree both like West Virginia.
I love West Virginia.
-2. All right, we got number 13 Furman versus number 4 Virginia. Virginia is a 5-point favorite here. Look, Virginia not as strong as they usually are. They usually have a solid defense. Not this year. They still have 25 wins. Furman 27-7 here. This has been a hot pick as an upset here for Furman. I'm not seeing an upset here. I think they can keep it close, but I think this game is gonna be an extended out game, and so I'm not messing with this game here. I don't want to.
I wouldn't take it, but if I really had to, I would take Virginia.
You're gonna go with Virginia here, -5 here, Big Ree.
Yeah.
So Big Ree is taking Virginia -5 if you just want some action here. But I'm staying away from this game. I'm only gonna go. Like I said, there's so many games. You gotta stick with what you like. Here we got the third game. We got number 10 Utah State, 26-8 versus number 7 Missouri. Missouri 24-9. Utah State is a 1-point favorite here. Big Ree. Utah State number 10. I really like Utah State here. Utah State, I think they can definitely pull the upset. They're actually favored, but they're the 10 seed here. And I like Utah State here, -1. Missouri, I'm not a big fan of. I mean, look, they 24-9, but they haven't impressed me all season.
Yeah, you can even see on my bracket right here. Look, I picked Utah State. Look.
So Big Ree likes Utah State.
I agree. I definitely agree with Ace here. I like Utah State.
Big Ree likes Utah State here.
I agree 100%.
And so he's taking Utah State. All right. Game 4. This is a really exciting, just a matchup. We got number 1 Kansas versus number 16 Howard. This is Howard's first tournament appearance since 1992. They made it. There was an exciting win to get into the against Norfolk, and they got in. Then Kansas, who's the defending champions, Big Ree, 27-7. They're in here, number 1 seed. They're a 22-point favorite, Big Ree. Look, normally 22 points is a lot here, but look, Kansas has a good team. They did lose 2 starters from the last year's team to the NBA. You got Abaji and Christian Braun.
Right.
First round picks, and so. But they still got a lot of talent. A lot of talent here for Kansas, number 1 seed. 22 is a lot, right? But look, I'm really borderline on this game here.
I would swallow the points there.
If you said, hey, Ace, gun to your head, I'm going with Kansas -22.
Yeah, see, we both agree.
But this is a game it can go borderline. Howard. They haven't made it in 30 years. They don't want to get completely embarrassed, but they might not have a control of that.
I think they're going to get embarrassed, 30 plus. I think so.
I've gun to my head, Kansas covers by 22. Obviously, people are going to be rooting for Howard after such a long absence, but I'm going to agree with Big Ree, swallowing the 22 here and taking Kansas -22. And then another number 1 seed. We got number 1 Alabama versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. This is going to be a play-in game, so Texas A&M has not played yet. Alabama, look, they got a really good team, led by Miller, but they've had some bad losses.
That's true.
They probably, on talent-wise, I think they might be the favorite overall to win this thing.
Odds-wise, I didn't look.
Not odds-wise, but I think just talent-wise, they got a top 5.
Yeah, facts.
Miller. But I'm staying away from this game, Big Ree. You can't. You start picking every game. That's how you lose your money. And so do you have a pick here?
What was the spread?
No, but this is a play-in, so the spread's not there.
No.
But I mean,
I don't know the 16 seed schools. I don't pay.
Yeah, so I'm just staying away from this game. This is an exciting game. I want to watch this game. Cannot wait. We got number 5 San Diego State versus number 12 Charleston. San Diego State 5-point favorite here. Charleston 31-3. San Diego State 27-6. San Diego State is a really good defensive team. Charleston can score points. Really exciting game here, Big Ree. Who do you like?
This is a tough one. There's definitely has upset written on it. Definitely possibly upset, but
yep, the 5-12 seed matchup.
That's definitely always. But I'm gonna go with San Diego State. I think they win, but they don't cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, Big Ree. I like Charleston here. I like Charleston to cover the +5, and So I'm rolling with Charleston +5 here. I think this game is gonna go back and forth towards the end, and I think they cover.
Yeah.
Back to Alabama. Our camera guy filling in for Javi, -23 on Alabama.
Yeah.
What do you think on that? Or you want to still want to stay away?
Normally the favorites blow out the number 1 seed. But you never know with these games, and they can be a blowout, and then they can backdoor you. So
for sure.
It's kind of like, for that one, I would stay away. I do really like Alabama in this tournament, but we'll get back to that.
Okay, so we'll get back to that. Here's a game I really like. Princeton, 21-5 versus number 2 Arizona. This is a 2-10 matchup. Arizona is. I'm not taking the Arizona. Arizona's a 14.5-point favorite, but the under here, and so I really like the under in this game. We got Arizona and Princeton, and I really, really like the under in this game. I'm taking the under, Arizona. Pound the under. This is one of my locks of the day for the Thursday games.
LOD on Thursday.
If I'm going with the spread here, I like Arizona -14.5.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with Arizona, but I like the under a lot.
Yeah.
So that's one of my lock of the days. We got another game that me and Big Ree really like. We're gonna jump to this game. Let's talk quickly about Oral Roberts, number 12 versus number 5 Duke. Duke is a 6-point favorite. Oral Roberts is 30-4, led by stud guard Max Avis. This guy tore it up 2 seasons ago. Duke is started off slow, and then really finished the season really good. But they're only a 6-point favorite versus Oral Roberts and Duke. What's your thought here, Big Ree?
I was scratching my head picking this one, going back and forth. I was like, do I go Oral Roberts? Do I go Duke? I have to put respect on Duke's name and program, so I went with Duke. I don't know if they cover. I would highly recommend staying away from this, but I don't know if we can agree or disagree on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay away from this game just because, look, I like Oral Roberts. I want them to upset, but Duke they don't perform, but they normally fall off in the round of 32 or Sweet 16.
Exactly. Facts.
So I think they get the win here, and 6 points is such a lower spread that I could see them easily covering this, but I'm just staying away personally, and so I'm not taking this game. Let's jump to the game that I really like here. Number 15, Colgate versus number 2, Texas. Texas, 13.5-point favorite. Me and Big Ree both agree here. We both like Colgate.
Yep,
Colgate
100%.
plus 13.5.
Absolutely.
I'm pounding Colgate 13.5.
Yeah, drop the
pounding.
Drop
That's one of the games, another lock of the day that I like. And so taking Colgate plus 13.5.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to another good game here. Number 10, Boise State versus number 7, Northwestern. Northwestern is a 1.5 point favorite here. Another game that me and Big Ree both like here. We got Northwestern minus 1.5. I'm not buying Boise State here.
Boise State's a fluke. They're lucky they got it.
You know, look, this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think the under is set at under 125. And I'm saying it right now. I'm taking both Northwestern minus 1.5 and the under under 125.
Yeah, facts.
And so I'm taking the under on the 125 and Northwestern minus 1.5. Love both of those
parlay
lines
right there, plus 264.
That is a nice parlay, Big Ree. Let's get into. Let's throw this game in there. Just because we might as well go over it. The 8-9 game, we got Iowa versus Auburn. Auburn is a 1 point favorite here. This is a game that Bree's kind of staying away, but I like the under in this game, And normally, you guys know I'm not a big over and under. That's Big Ree normally, but in March Madness, it's really juicy, the over and unders. And Iowa's under 152. I like the under. I mean, Iowa's a high-scoring team. But, with Auburn, I just don't see this game going over 152. And so I'm taking the under 152 here. Let's go to number 1, Houston, 31-3 versus number 16, Northern Kentucky, 22-12. Houston is a 19.5 point favorite, Big Ree. I know the guard, Sasser, got injured in the conference tournament.
That was big.
That was big, and he got a hamstring injury. Hopefully, I'm sure he's going to play, but that guy's he's not lucky with injuries. He didn't play last year. But 19.5 is a lot here, but I'm not buying Northern Kentucky at all. And I like Houston minus 19.5, Big Ree. What do you think here?
I personally would stay away. I mean, there's only one number 1 game I like, number 1 seed, which was Bama, which I mentioned. But
so you're going to stay away.
Yeah,
here's my thought here. Look, because of the injury, I think people are going to stay away. And then Houston lost in the conference finals to Memphis. And I think people are going to be like, oh, they lost. They got injuries. And people are going to look for Northern Kentucky. This is a don't get fooled. Don't get fooled here. I like Houston here. They got a lot of bigs that can play. Northern Kentucky is not going to match up down low. And so I'm taking Houston minus 19.5. We got a 13 and a 4 seed. We got number 13, Louisiana, 26-7 versus number 4, Tennessee, 23-10. Tennessee is 11 point favorite here. This is a one that me and Big Ree both agree on. We're going with the over. We both like the over. The over is 136 here. And so we're taking the over 136 for Tennessee and Louisiana.
For sure, no doubt.
I think a sexy pick, just to get, if you guys want some action, Texas A&M, Penn State. Sexy pick is Texas A&M minus 3.5. I'm staying away, Big Ree. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you want to stay away?
I would stay away as well. Yeah,
Big Ree, we kind of are like, look, Penn State is a streaky team. Yeah. They could actually win this game here. So I'm staying away. I know Texas A&M is a sexy pick, but I'm staying away. But this is going to lead us to the last game on Thursday. We got number 15, UNC Asheville versus number 2, UCLA, 29-5. UCLA, 17.5 point favorite. The over and under is 135 here. Look, UCLA, they got Jaquez, Pac-12 Player of the Year. They got, Tyga, the point guard, and look, they got some injuries. Their best defender, Jalen Carter, got injured.
Yeah.
And they got Bona. He got injured in the conference tournament. But look, UCLA is a good team. They've been making the tournament for the last few seasons, and I really like UCLA here. This is one of my lock of the day. So there's 3 picks there's about 4 picks that I really like for day one. And like lock of the day, pound it. UCLA minus 17.5.
Facts.
The Arizona under, Colgate plus 13.5. Northwestern minus 1.5. Northwestern under 128. And then UCLA under 135 here too. I like the under for UCLA. And so that's the last game. You want some action on the last game of the evening? Take the under and UCLA. So
UCLA.
That's gonna wrap up. Wrap up day one. Another pick if you want some action. We got the Illinois plus 2.5. They're playing. Who's Illinois? I had them on Arkansas. Arkansas plus 2.5. Illinois. So I think that's another pick. So there's so many games. 16 games plus the over and unders. That's 32 possible lines that you got on day one.
Yeah.
So you can't take 32 games. You just can't take them all.
Yeah.
But we got here, basically we went over about like 12, 13 picks.
Yeah.
That's a lot of action right there. Those are the picks we like. Let's get into day two, Big Ree. Start you off here. We got the USC Trojans. Everybody knows we're Trojan fans. Number 10, USC versus Michigan State, 19-12. Michigan State is a 2-point favorite here. This game is starting off at 9:15, Big Ree. Mm-hmm. That's an early game. That's such an early game. It's 12:15, obviously Eastern time, but that's an early game for USC.
Yeah.
Traveling as well to the East Coast. Look, this is going to be played in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. I know you love Ohio, Big Ree.
Love Ohio. A lot to do out there.
A lot to do in Cincinnati and Cleveland. Look, I'm rooting for USC. I want to make that clear. Michigan State, powerhouse program, but, Tom Izzo hasn't been impressing me over the last probably 5 years. I have people that are USC fans that are telling me USC gonna get killed.
Oh, dang.
But then obviously USC fans that are like they're gonna win. I'm rooting for USC, but I'm gonna say I'm staying away from this game.
That's fair.
I think you have a rule as a fan. You stay away from your teams, and I'm gonna be rooting for it. So I'm staying away.
Yeah,
I'm staying away from this game, but I'm rooting for USC. And I think it should be a good game. USC led by guard, Boogie Ellis. If he can play lights out, but he needs some help. Peterson's got to play well. Yeah. Dixon Waters got to contribute 10 to 12. Kobe Johnson's got to contribute. So I like USC to win, but I'm staying away from this game. Let's get into the second game. Xavier, number 3 versus Kennesaw State, number 14. Xavier, an 11.5-point favorite. Me and Big Ree are both pounding Xavier minus 11.5. Party is over for Kennesaw State. Don't get fooled here.
Do not get fooled here.
And so we both agree on Xavier minus 11.5. The third game, I'm actually really excited to watch this game. This is going to be at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. We got number 3 Baylor, 22-10, versus number 14 UC Santa Barbara. Baylor is minus 10.5 here. Look, Baylor, obviously, they've played well over the last few years, and they had a bunch of NBA players, but they're not as strong this year. Santa Barbara, they won their tournament. They got in as a 14 seed. I really like the under in this one, Big Ree. The under is set at 143. I'm going to stay away from the spread, but this is an interesting team. If UC Santa Barbara can put a few things together and they could potentially pull the upset here, Big Ree.
Yeah, and I was going to say that. You can even see on my bracket right here, you got UCSB.
Big Ree, you're looking for that upset there. That's one of your upsets.
And I really like the plus 10.5 here. I know this because my school is in this conference, the Big West. I watch it, even though we suck. Cal State Northern, shout out. But UCSB is always good, and as A said, Baylor has lost players, and I really like the plus 10.5. If you're looking for that upset money line, definitely take it.
Yeah, if you just, you don't expect to win these big upsets, but like if you want to throw something, sprinkle something on.
Like to 5, 10, whatever you want to do, like $20, whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat, but I think I like that. I think I like the under a lot. I really like the under, but I think they have a chance to get the upset.
Yeah,
but
sure.
The 10 and 10.5 is juicy, but if you got to pick some upsets, these are hard. Nobody's gonna call them, but they play right. That could be an interesting game. Let's move on to number 5, St. Mary's, 26-7 versus number 12, VCU, 27-7. St. Mary's is a 4-point favorite here, Big Ree. I like St. Mary's here. VCU is a good team. I want to make that clear. They are a good team. This is a tricky 5-12 matchup. But St. Mary's, they have a solid program. They built their program up. They are making the tournament almost every year. And look, 4 points here. I like them just to cover just on some free throws.
Yeah, I agree with that. St. Mary's is definitely the better team here and the better program.
And so you're swallowing the 4 here.
Swallow the 4 for sure.
Big Ree agrees here, so we're taking -4 here. We're not even going to go over this game, the Marquette-Vermont game. Marquette, 11 points here. I mean, I think we both kind of are staying away from this game. Vermont is not as good as it was last year. They were a sexy pick last year as an upset, but staying away from this game. Let's get into the number 6 game, Creighton. Number 6, Creighton against NC State. Am I pronouncing it right? Creighton?
I don't know. We got to ask our camera guy.
Creighton? Creighton, I think it is. Yeah. Creighton. I apologize to the Creighton fans. Number 6, Creighton versus number 11, NC State. Creighton is a 5.5-point favorite. A lot of people are saying that NC State doesn't even deserve to be in the tournament. They shouldn't be here. Another team that, played well at times and otherwise looked horrible and looked like they didn't belong. Creighton, normally a Creighton team with 12 losses probably shouldn't be in here. 5.5 points here. Another game that, look, I'm going to roll that NC State didn't deserve to be in the tournament. They made it, and they're going to play pretty free here.
Yeah.
And because of that scenario, I'm rolling the dice, and I like NC State to play well and cover the plus 5.5, and I'm taking NC State plus 5.5. Big Ree,
I agree 100%. Look, I had them both upset. I have them winning too.
Big Ree.
I have them winning.
Big Ree has got them to win. NC State to pull the upset here. So look, me and Big Ree seem to be on the same page here.
We're on the same page,
And interesting. So look, that's going to be that's an interesting game there. Let's go to another game. We got number 4 UConn versus number 13 Iona. UConn is a 9.5 point favorite, Big Ree. UConn, everybody has them as a kind of a sleeper pick to make the Final Four.
Yeah. And
they could potentially win it all. I know they won it back, was that 2013 with Kemba Walker and on that team? But
step back.
Look, I like, obviously, we got Patino as the coach of Iona. They're playing well. They obviously, I think they're coached very well, and I'm not that high on UConn. They have looked really streaky here this season, and I really like Iona here. Another one, if you want to roll the dice on an upset, Iona plus on the money line, I wouldn't blame you there. And you sprinkle something on there, but I really like Iona plus 9.5, and so I'm taking Iona plus 9.5.
Yeah.
Let's get into, we're going to skip the Kentucky-Providence game.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're kind of staying away there, but let's get into this game. Number 5, Miami versus number 12, Drake. Miami is a 2-point favorite here. A lot of people, analysts, are saying Drake is an upset alert here. There's an upset favorite. Big Ree, I'm not buying it. I like Miami. Miami made a nice run last year. I know they lost 2 of their players from the last year's squad, but they still have the guard Wong. They have a few other new players that have played well. Drake, I mean, look, Drake's a pretty good team, but they're both good teams there.
Yeah.
But I like Miami here, and obviously the 5-12 matchups are tricky, but I'm rolling with Miami -2. Big Ree, what do you think here?
I would stay away from this one. It can go either way. I hate the 12-5 games. They're always tricky.
Very true, very true. So you're staying away, but I like Miami. Another game next game, I'm definitely watching this game. Probably gonna stay away.
Every game.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch every game. But like, there's certain games I'm looking forward to. Like, I have to. I'm gonna watch every game, but there are like some games like, okay, like who gives a crap about Kentucky and Providence? I'm not excited about that game.
Yeah.
But Gonzaga versus Grand Canyon University, the famous Grand Canyon University.
Grand Canyon.
You always see the commercials,
Yeah.
but they have slowly built up a basketball program.
Great school too.
Gonzaga 15.5-point favorites here. I want to watch this game, and I think Grand Canyon keeps it a little bit interesting here.
Yeah.
A little bit interesting. I think I like a first half play here
Yeah.
for Grand Canyon. On the points here, I don't know what the first half line is, but I'm staying away from the full game. But I think first half Grand Canyon's an interesting play, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was me.
So, but that's a game that I want to watch. Just want to watch the Grand Canyon University. I think they have the son of the analyst LaFonso Ellis.
Yeah, they interviewed him. I was watching on ESPN.
Yeah, that's right, Big Rig.
Nice.
So I don't know. I think the first half Grand Canyon. I'm taking the points. Plus points on Grand Canyon. We're going to definitely watch that. I cannot wait, Big Rig. Games all day long. Cannot wait. Nothing like March Madness.
Yeah,
I'm
nothing
so
like
pumped.
eating your breakfast and having your phone there
man.
with the game on.
Oh, man.
And the breakfast place don't have it on.
Cannot wait, Big Rig. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. You could check in the alerts of all the games. Let's get into the next game. Memphis versus Florida Atlantic. Memphis 26-8 coming off a conference championship versus Houston. Memphis is a 2-point favorite. Florida Atlantic 31-3. I said that correct, Big Reed. 31-3. I'm not buying Memphis. I know they're coached by Penny Hardaway, the former NBA stud. But look, I'm not buying Memphis. They got that win versus Houston. I think Houston really cared about that game. They were injured. They made a run too. But I like this Florida Atlantic team. I've watched a few of their games this year, and I like Florida Atlantic to upset here.
Yeah.
To upset here.
100% agree. You can look at my bracket right there.
Man,
FAU.
Big Reed got the
FAU.
upset. FAU. And so me and Big Reed both like the upset. We're taking Florida Atlantic -2 here. +2 and the money line. So Kansas State, Montana State, another game that I don't care about.
Good night.
Whatever. Indiana and Kent State. This is the last game that we got juice on. Indiana 22-11 versus number 13 Kent State 28-6. Indiana is only a 4-point favorite as a 4 seed versus Kent State, Big Ree.
I mean,
that line makes no sense at all.
When it makes no sense, you take the no sense line.
Exactly. Big Ree is absolutely right.
It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true.
You know, Indiana, a really good team led by what's the guy's name? Jackson. Jackson. What's the guy's? This guy with the blonde hair. I'm just blanking out on his. Jackson Hayes? No, not Jackson.
No, Jackson Hayes is on the Pelicans.
He's got a three names in his name. Jackson.
Yeah,
something.
we'll figure it out. It'll come to me.
Yeah, we'll come to us, or we'll get our cameraman to look it up and give us the name.
Yeah.
Led by Indiana basketball player, led by something Jackson. But anyhow, look, this line makes no sense at all. At all.
I agree 100%.
And I'm rolling with Kent State here. This is a classic don't get fooled. Big Ree, you are known for these.
Yeah.
You are known for the Vegas specials.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The Big Ree is known for the Vegas specials here. And Kent State, look, 28-6, only 6 losses on the season. I'm gonna roll with the plus points here, Big Ray. I know you're saying this is a Vegas special here, and I know we were discussing this before we got on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, we're both rolling here. We're rolling with the Vegas special, and we're gonna both take Kansas Kent State +4 here, and so that's going to wrap it up for our picks. We're not, like I said,
sure.
we're not
doing everything.
We're not going to do everything. Obviously, take the juice that you guys want. We're going to have a meet and greet here. So me and, like I said, Big Ree could be a last minute, fly in. Who knows? The flight's probably only like $60. So maybe Big Ree comes last minute. He doesn't, but I'll be there. Javi will be there. Maybe you'll get to meet Harry B. And so there'll be some other members of the crew there. Most of the time they'll be at the Venetian or Circa. Those are probably the two sports books that I like to watch the games at. Friday Circa. So Friday Circa afternoon, probably from 3 to 5. Look out, we'll be there. And then Saturday at the Venetian from 3 to 5. The Venetian 3 to 6, probably going to be there before and after, but catch us there, and look out for the Don't Get Fooled team and crew. Join us, watch some games, chop it up. Crew. DGF, and it's going to be great. So real quick before we sign off, Big Ree, your final 4 picks. What's your final 4 picks?
Alabama, Marquette, Houston, UCLA.
Okay, Alabama, Marquette, UCLA. So in the South region, I'm going to go with Arizona, Big Ree.
Okay, I was debating too. I was going back and forth.
I like Arizona there. In the East region here, I actually like Purdue. I think Purdue actually makes it. They're led by Zach Edey, and I'm going with number 1 Purdue to make it out of the East region. Midwest, I don't like Houston. I don't like Texas either at all. I'm going to make that clear. And I'm rolling with, I'm going to call it, I like Miami or Xavier to come out. And I think Miami can make a run.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
I think Miami can make a run. And I have Miami coming out of the Midwest region. And I'm not a fan of Kansas. I'm not a fan of Gonzaga. Everybody knows that. I'm taking UCLA coming out of the West. And then going into the actual championship, look, this gonna be a bold pick, but I got UCLA versus Purdue. What do you think, Big Ree?
I got UCLA versus Bama.
UCLA versus Bama. Okay, so we both got UCLA to make it to the championship game. Who's your winner?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Okay. You know what? It's tough for me to say this as a USC fan here, but I like UCLA. I think UCLA can make a run. This could be their year, and they can win it all. Obviously, just remember one thing. There's not value on the futures for NCAA. Yeah. There's just not. There's too many games. Too much can happen. It's called March Madness for a reason, so I'm not suggesting that you go on a future. That's why the lowest future is, I think, 12 to 1. Yeah. If you're going to pick a team right now. There's just not value there. There's not value, so I stay away from the futures, but that's our pick. So it should be a great March Madness as usual. If you're in Vegas, you can either comment on the video and we'll try to comment, or the best way to contact us is on Instagram. Just DM us. Say, hey, well, I'm here. Where are you guys at? I'm going to be in Vegas. Where are you guys at? And we'll let you know where we're at. And so nothing like, meeting up with the viewers. I love it. Love chopping it up. It's one of my favorite parts of Vegas.
Yeah.
And so, anything else, Big Ree, before we sign off?
That's it, man. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Peace out,
boys.
Guys.